Hi, I'm back with a new topic, and a very interesting topic known as the security and the various types of fires. The fire safety at work is always vitally important. As an employer, you should make sure you and your staff know what to do to prevent a fire in the workplace and how they will escape if a fire does break out. If there is a fire, get out, stay out, and call 999. Don't try to tackle fire yourself, as we all know that most of the large hotels and holiday resorts in big town cities are in a high rise building. The essential function of a hotel is to provide accommodation, food, luxury, entertainment, and other facilities along with provisions of life safety to the guests. Hotel fire creates special problems as most of the guests are temporarily resident and they are not familiar with layout and safety provisions provided in the building. The guest in the sleep may not react in the expected manner in case of fire and other emergencies. Firefighting and rescue problems became more complex when height and size of the building increases. To overcome such difficulties, special provisions have been made in the building code, bylaws, and safety regulation to protect the human life and provide safety in the high-rise buildings. The fire incident in the hotel take toll of life and huge property loss. Brief of the fire incident in the different countries is given in the table 1. The study made on these fires have revealed deficiencies in constructional features, lack of smoke control, fire alarm, and warning systems, absence of proper communication and lack of proper maintenance of equipment, lack of training and confidence to the hotel staff to deal with fires and other emergencies. Proper design and effective fire safety management system could prevent many fires from becoming serious tragedies. It is therefore important that fire safety plan should be conceived and the planning stage and carefully implemented during the construction of the building. Subsequent changes and alterations should be made with the consent of architect and fire consultants. What is the role of the management in these kind of issues? First, to set up the disaster management or the fire control room. Second, to draw up and display the layout plan of the building. Third, to appoint a fire safety officer. Fourth, to set up a disaster management committee. Fifth, to prepare a disaster management plan. Sixth, to draw plant shutdown procedure. Seventh, to prepare fire prevention, maintenance, and training programmer. 8th, to conduct practical fire and emergency evacuation drills. 9th, to plan action off-site. The list of important places where the potential fire risk in the hotel may occur are as kitchen, laundries, LPG guest stores, storerooms, casinos and discos, restaurant, ballrooms, guest rooms, shopping area, basements area where near to the car parking, transformers, boilers, electrical substations, high tension and low tension switch rooms, cable ducts, and the AC plants. Now let's see what are the various causes of fire: cooking, smoking, electrical defaults, heating equipments, deliberately, and the others. It is important to know that investigation have revealed that cooking and smoking alone are responsible for almost 50% of the hotel fires. Electrical is another major source of fires which management has to tackle to ensure the safety. The risk of hotel fire is nearly 3 times greater than other occupancy in the high-rise buildings. What are the major points need the special attention in the high-rise building? Those are the height beyond the reach of the fire service ladders, timely detection of fire and quick response, requirement for special fire pumps to build pressure and boost the water jets, time factor to reach the water jets on higher floors, communication between the floor, fire control room, and the command post, ventilation. The evaluation of fire safety arrangements can be based on the following principles. The building must have means of escape from every fire zone. The building should be designed to limit the spread of fire. The fire department should be able to deal with the fire expeditionally. The means of escape: when the fire occurs in a building, smoke and hot gases expand rapidly and rise upward. The smoke spreads horizontally and vertically through opening and shafts. Smoke and toxic gases pose a more serious hazard to personal safety than heat. There is risk of flash over when all confined gases will burst into flames. It is therefore essential to keep all escape routes clear of smoke. Let's now discuss the various measures for smoke control. The first measure is smoke venting. This can be achieved by providing vertical shafts and windows. This would need careful planning for adequate provision of permanent vents or windows for allowing smoke to the open air as quickly as possible. The other measure which we can take care of is limiting the smoke spread. This can be achieved by providing smoke check doors. Then, third is by limiting the spread of fire. This can be achieved through various methods by using a fire resisting material, compartmentation and fire doors, use of fire dampers in AC ducts, sealing of openings in shafts with proper fire gradings, segregation of hazardous installations such as transformers, boilers, lift enclosures, machine rooms with other installations and machines. Then we have the arrangements for the fire fightings. The site selected for the hotel building should ensure adequate open space around the building. The building should have the adequate separation from the surroundings. The building should abut on the wide road. It should be provided with proper fire protection installations and various fire fighting equipment, smoke and fire detection and automatic alarm system, public address system, fire hydrant and hose reel to control the fire in case of fire emergencies. Various smoke detectors and water sprinklers should be installed in the building with a high velocity of water spray system. A proper channel of communication, telephone, VHF and paging system should be installed in order to safeguard the life of the people and the guests living in the hotel. The hotel should have various automatic extinguishing systems, for example CO2, Halin 1301 and the fire lift. There should be a proper water supply for a static water storage tank as well as a fire service inlet connection. In terms of managing these kind of emergencies, each and every employee of the hotel or the organization should know the fire training, and human resource department or the training department should give them the regular training program of the hotel staff should be conducted, and all the fire equipment shall be inspected and maintained in a operational fitness from day to day life. Fires are devastating. Buildings, equipments, animals and sometimes lives are lost. avoid fires by preventing them. Unfortunately, fires do happen. Should a fire arise, being equipped to fight it may lessen the damage before the local fire department arrives. Fire detection and suppressions. A key aspect of fire protection is to identify a developing fire emergency in a timely manner and to alert the building's occupant and fire emergency organizations. This is the role of fire detection and fire alarms. Manual fire detection is the oldest method of detection. In the simplest form, a person yelling can provide the fire warning. The other category of detectors are the thermal detectors, which are the oldest type of automatic detection devices. The most common units are fixed temperature devices that operates when the room reaches a predetermined temperature, usually between 135 degree to 165 degree Fahrenheit or 57 to 74 degree centigrade. The second most common type of thermal sensor is the rate of rise detectors, which identifies an abnormally fast temperature climb over a short time period. The third detector type is the fixed temperature line type detector, which consists of two cables and an insulated sheathing that is designed to break down when exposed to heat. Then comes the smoke detectors, which are much newer technology. As the name implies, these devices are designed to identify a fire which in its smoldering or early flame stages, replicating the human sense of smell. The most common smoke detectors are spot type units that are placed along ceilings or high on walls in a manner similar to spot thermal units. The key advantage of smoke detector is their ability to identify a fire while it is still in its incipient. As such, they provide added opportunity for emergency personnel to respond and control the developing fire before severe damage occurs. The smoke detectors are set off by the sensing smoke. The other newer technology is the flame detectors. It represents the third major type of automatic detection method and imitate the human sense of sight. They are line of sight devices that operate on either an infrared, ultraviolet, or combination principle. The advantage of flame detection is that it is extremely reliable in a hostile environment. A disadvantage is that they can be very expensive and labor intensive to maintain. Now let's discuss how to prevent a fire. For this, we can do several things. For example, do not let the trash accumulate. Smoke detectors, sprinklers, and alarms should be in good condition. The fire doors available in the hotel or the property premises should be in operating and functional conditions. The flammable materials should be stored in a proper containers. The non-smoking area or no smoking areas should clearly be marked and mentioned. Everyone or the designated authorized person should have the access to the portable fire extinguisher which is readily accessible. We can use various kinds of non-combustible material. Maintaining all material in a proper time and a proper manner also cut down the fire and prevents the fire in occurring. All rooms to be checked for the electrical equipments, and if any kind of mishappening is being judged, should be rectified in no time. All the electrical lines should not be overloaded and worn cords. Switch plates should be replaced in due time. All the ducts used for the heating, air conditioning and ventilations and kitchen should be kept clean in all times. Non-toxic and flame retardant fabrics and materials. All fabrics will burn, but some are more combustible than others. Most synthetic fabrics such as nylon, acrylic and polyester resist ignition. However, once ignited, the fabric melts. When the natural and synthetic fibers are blended, the hazard may increase because the combination of high rate of burning and fabric melting usually will result in serious burns. In terms of flammability, silk may be the worst with a high burning rate. Cotton and linen also have a high burning rate. Acetate and triacetate are as flammable or slightly less flammable than cotton. Nylon, polyester and acrylic tends to be slow to ignite, but once ignited, severe melting and drippings occurs. Wool is comparatively flame retardant. Glass fibers and monoacrylic are the most flame resistant. Fabrics requiring retardant treatment include some clothing that is used for drapes, curtains, rugs, blankets, etc. and the solution of boric acid or polybor can be applied by direct spraying or dripping. Thank you.